Hello, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today's video topic is something that I hope will be very helpful to you, and it is how to be a happy and optimistic person. And I think that this mindset shift is so very foundational, it's so important, because it allows for all these other things to happen. Like if you're trying to heal your relationship with your body, your interpersonal relationships, your goals in life, and your career, you need to sort of have this foundational baseline or those things won't really fall into place. And if you're not sure why you should be an optimistic person, I mean, there's so many reasons. Like, first of all, what does being pessimistic get you? I mean, it's not going to make your life any easier, that's for sure. And what does being optimistic get you? Well, it opens up the door to so many opportunities. So when you're very pessimistic, you say, this is never going to happen for me, like my goals are never going to be achieved when it comes to a career, when it comes to a relationship, or when it comes to having friends, you've just made it 100% certain that those things are not going to happen for you. But when you're optimistic and you say, things are going to go my way, you've at least opened the door a little bit. Even if maybe things don't actually go your way, like there's a little percent chance that things might not happen, at least you've made it possible. At least you've opened that door to the possibility. And if you're someone who's in this pessimistic state, it can be really hard to think that you could ever get out of it. Like it just feels like there's this heavy fog and you've got chains, you've got your metal sphere chained to your ankle, you know. People are telling you there's a chemical imbalance in your brain, you're just depressed, like it's just gonna be like this forever and life is so hard. And you're getting this messaging about the climate crisis and the financial crisis and everything is just, the world is just in such a horrible state. How could you be optimistic? How could you be happy? And so you're convinced that this is just how it's gonna be. And it's not so easy to just be happy. But let me tell you, it actually is. And once you become a happy person, which I really hope you do, I think you're gonna understand that it actually is that easy. And so there's some strategies that we can put in place to be a happier person. Of course, at its core, it requires a little bit of effort on your part of, I want to make this mindset change. But the actual strategies, how you go about it, there's an infinite amount. So I just want to talk about some of the things that really helped me. And maybe they'll help you a little bit, or maybe you'll get inspired to think of some ways that you could change your mindset a little bit using your own techniques. Like I mentioned, we're taught to enable depression, essentially, in our society. And by enabling other people's depression, we enable our own. So laugh at depressed people, not to their face, because that will hurt their feelings, but in your mind, laugh. Like don't give this messaging that, you know, this is your life, it's horrible and you're not going to feel better, I'm so sorry. No, you have to give the messaging if it's possible to feel better. And we're really taught never tell a depressed person, like it's just so insulting to them to just tell them to be happy, to just tell them to go on a walk in nature, to just tell them to spend time with their loved ones. Never say that to a depressed person, because you're just insulting them about this thing that they can't change. And while we tell ourselves that too, when we're depressed and we tell ourselves like, this is it, this is my life, and like, it's so hard, it's so impossible for me to feel good again. It's not that hard, okay? Like it's actually pretty easy. So you just have to, in your head, just laugh at that mentality and just know that it's possible. It is possible to feel better and love your life. I would definitely look to Buddhism because I think that there are some strategies, and like you don't have to practice Buddhism. This is just what I did, is I used my new agey skills and I gleaned a few practical techniques that actually really helped me. And so one of these is detachment. A healthy level of detachment from certain things in your life, like if you have a job that you really don't like and it just makes you feel awful, and it feels like something you might not have complete control over, or maybe you have some control but you don't really know what steps to take, and like it can make you feel so awful every minute of the day. I don't value myself, I'm a bad person, I'm a lazy person, I don't have value in this world because I have this job that I hate. And that can be so difficult to live with. So where the detachment comes in is you say like whatever, it's just a job, like it doesn't even matter. Like you're not attached to it like that. And so then when you're outside of it, like obviously when you're in it, then it's gonna be a little bit uncomfortable, but at least the detachment helps a bit with that. But when you're outside of it, it's like night and day, because you're no longer attaching your value to this thing that you're so attached to. Instead, you're able to just really be in the moment of like, what can I do now? And it's so much more inspiring than when you're really attached to this thing that's really dragging you down like that. And another Buddhist technique, so It's becoming really aware of your own mortality. And there are techniques for this, or, maybe you'll be shaken into it by some life event. But the technique that Buddhists use is they meditate on a corpse at different stages of decomposition. And they use this for other things too. Like they use this for abstinence, which is a little weird. It definitely works, like, to make you aware that this is all you have. This is it. Like, you can be sad all you want about the horrible things that have happened to you and the state of the world that you've been born into and just everything you've been through. But at the end of the day, like, this is it. That's all we have. And, you can choose to love it. Even as bad as it can get, you can choose to love it. Because that's it. This is our shot. And even if you believe in something like reincarnation, at the same time, like, it's not really you. Like, this is your one shot at this life as you. So you just gotta make the best of it. I mean, that's just all there is to it. And then that's sort of on the side of being really aware of your own mortality in the sense of that you're going to die. But then there's also the sense that you're so alive. Like, it's not just human civilization has gotten to this point for all these opportunities that you have, but just, if you think about how the Earth has evolved, if you think about like all the planets, like this energy, this cosmic energy, and it just gives you shivers to think about, like, that you're part of this cosmic energy. It's just incredible. Like, you're just like a little mote of dust, but it can be kind of empowering in a way. Like, you just know that there's things happening all around you. There's just something bigger. And I think being empowered is something that's so very important, because you have so much power. And if you're watching this video, you have the power to go online and learn a new skill. You have the power to practice that skill for free. I mean, there are certain things, like maybe if you want to get into gem cutting, there's a little bit of a startup investment there. But so many skills, like something like drawing, singing, writing, like, you just go at it for free in your bedroom like that. You're so lucky to be able to do that. And it's just so incredible that we can fill our time with just creativity and joy, and don't fall for the system, okay? The system, like, this is a punk thing, okay? The system's trying to keep you down, and even in ways that you don't necessarily see. Like, you think you're being a social media activist, like, you think that you're fighting the system, and you're falling for the system, because the system wants to disempower you. It wants to make you depressed and powerless, and feel like that you're just living in this horrible, horrible world, and there's nothing you can do. And all you can do is sit on your couch and consume media. You pay for your streaming service. That's all you can do. No, because you are so powerful, you can do anything. Like, don't fall for what the system is trying to tell you, that you're powerless and sad and weak. Like, no, you're so very strong. I think that's something that's very helpful to remind yourself of. You are gonna get sad again. Like, there are things in your life is gonna throw things at you that are gonna take you down a notch, but you just gotta try and build yourself back up by staying as optimistic as possible. So it's good to visualize that no matter what happens in your life, you're coming back to this love, and maybe to see it as like energy of like a light. You're coming back to this optimistic, loving, happy energy, and no matter where you go in life, you're gonna come back to it. Another way that you can bring more love and joy into this world and be a happier person is creating more happy people. Because if you have ever encountered a person who is a happy person and they're being 100% genuine, they're just a very happy person, you know what it's like. Like, it just inspires you. It just reminds you, oh, I could be like this. So this is your assignment to bring more love into the world, is make yourself a happy person too, and remind other people that they can be like this. And that's something that's really easy to do, and it can make you feel good when you cheer someone up, when you remind them that they have so much power to do anything, to remind them that they're an intelligent person, that they are a creative person, that there are so many opportunities that the world just has laid out for them to go out there and get. And so I would just really recommend doing this every day, because when you brighten someone's day, it brightens yours too. So that's one key thing to being a happy, optimistic person, making other people happy and optimistic too. So I hope that some of these ideas might help you shift a little bit more towards the state. And at the end of the day, like, you do have to figure it out by yourself. Like, in your own way, you have to come to this in your own way. It's not going to happen just by regurgitating how other people see it. But at the same time, these other ideas will definitely help you build your own definition of what it means to love life and be really optimistic. So I hope this inspired you a little bit, and gave you sort of something to jump off of, because it will be a journey, especially if you're in this really dark place. Like, step by step, you're getting up there. But I know you can get up there. Like, it'll be great. Like, it's such a fun experience to build yourself up from this sad state to being this powerful, optimistic person. Yeah, so I hope this helped, and thank you so much for watching.